Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a special episode of Solo TV 84. We got a special guest here today, Dulla from Empire Token. Dulla, how are you today, sir?
Thank
Welcome
you very
to a
much. I'm very good.
special
Thank you for
episode
having
of
me.
Solo
Hello,
TV 84.
everyone.
Oh, hold on one second. Special guest here today. Okay, sorry, that was the feedback. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah, yeah. Hi, hello. How's everyone? I'm very good. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right. Well,
What-
Dula, can you tell the audience a little bit about yourself? Because, when I first heard about Empire Token from a friend, I'm like, okay, I saw your name as the CEO, but one of the things is now you see all these coins popping up, and you don't really know who's behind them. So, can you tell the audience a little bit more about who you are and your vision for Empire Token?
Definitely. First of all, thank you for having me, and good evening, good afternoon, good morning to everyone, wherever you are. My name is Dulla. That's short for Abdullah. I am a 33, almost 34 soon. Gentleman from Jordan. I want to do the proper introduction because people always ask these questions, right? So I'm originally Jordanian by birth. I am a New Zealand citizen, and I live in Abu Dhabi. So I am a software engineer by uh, by the university degree, but I work in the field of marketing. I ended up being in DeFi basically after being told about DeFi and investing in DeFi, and I was in few projects as an investor, and then I started helping with the team. I was kind of modding, then I was doing some of the marketing work. Then I realized it's something I'm good at, something I like. I have all the skills, so might as well go and create a token. So we wanted to do something different. We wanted to do something to answer what you were just saying. There's literally hundreds of tokens every day. So how do you do something that stands out? We did Empire Token. We've been live for 5 months. It took a lot of hard work to get where we at today. We're just setting the foundation. We're just at ground zero ground. Yeah, and the yeah, I mean to answer your question in a nutshell, Abdullah, I am the guy who's always in the chat talking to my community and the creator of Empire Token. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and one thing that I like about you is you're very transparent in your videos, which is refreshing because you don't really get that a lot in the crypto market. Everybody's trying to be vague and secretive, but you kind of remind me of like Charles Hoskinson's. I don't know if you're
Oh,
familiar from Ada. He's very transparent, and that's
Kamal, yeah.
refreshing because a
Oh,
lot of people sometimes you don't even know who's like I said, the CEO behind a coin.
I mean, look, I actually right now I feel a bit not comfortable because I'm trying not to be myself. In my own token, in my group, I'm just fully 100% myself. When I try to put restrictions on myself, I feel like I can like in a
Hey
normal
man,
day you can
you,
say
you can
interview.
you can you can be
No,
free
man,
here,
you know
man.
what I mean? No, but you
You
know what I
know,
mean? Like,
because listen, I'm part of your Telegram group, so I know what
exactly.
goes down.
Yeah, yeah. But I'm saying when you put restrictions on, you're trying to be nice or you're trying to be put in a box. One main reason I jumped into DeFi is the fact that you can be whoever you are in this space. You don't need, and this comes in a good and a bad way. There are the not dogs people and the people who think it's okay to do the bad things because nobody knows who you are. That exists. But also the good that you can say whatever in your mind, have your own style, be your own self, and this is um, for me this is amazing. So I like to be very reachable. I actually said the other day on the I I said the other day on the group, I was told by my team professionally, they were telling me, they were saying, you're a CEO, so a CEO does not go every day to the chat and make jokes, and you need to be respectful, and people need to respect you, and you need to be the voice of authority, and for that you need to have a charisma and to talk a bit tough and to. So I said, in real life, I have a good authority. I deal with a lot of people, and they listen to me and respect me, and I still crack the most jokes. So it doesn't there is that misconception in people's head that a leader or someone of authority should always be of a certain type or image or whatever. We are in 2022, man. Like, you can literally say, swear, do things differently. Actually, you have to do things differently now. You have to talk differently. You have to be yourself, because we are, especially in DeFi. I mean, there's just shitloads of. See, I'm getting more comfortable. I'm not swearing now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I apologize if I go back to being myself. But anyway, there's ton of. There's genuinely ton of projects today, and some of them are legit. Some of them are great, and I'm an investor myself. As you said, it's not easy to find the right team. There are a lot of good teams and good projects, but they're scared of showing their face or who they are, because you hear the stories about people like death threats and things like this. So some people are just scared for showing face. I live in United Arab Emirates, a safe country. Uh, New Zealand is a beautiful, safe country. Jordan is a safe country. So I don't feel the threat. Some other parts of the world, they feel threatened. Sometimes people are ridiculous. They kind of blame the team for and I'm more than happy to touch bases on this. I think one of our success metrics is something we've been doing with the team. They know our genuinity. We can touch bases about this whenever you want.
Oh, certainly. And before we do, we have a good question from the chat by Mayweather K7. He asked, "What makes Empire NFT market different?" Because we have all these other ones, right? Like Axie Infinity and VV. But what makes Empire token different than some of your competitors?
So I think he's asking about the NFT marketplace in specific. So
Okay.
Empire as a token different because we're doing things differently. You have multiple use cases. We're gonna connect together. But to answer the question specifically, he's asking about the NFT marketplace. I think that was the question. And for that, look, there are much better marketplaces in the market today, and I am a fan myself of few of them. So, but the market's still new, and what the use of NFTs still new. How you're gonna use NFTs, right? So we're trying to be the pioneer, from that perspective, from where we're gonna take our positioning in the market. But we're also unique because we're doing 2 or 3 very very unique things no one else is doing, as in one marketplace. The first one we're the first to do on Binance Smart Chain is to allow other projects to partner with us, which gives them the chance to ask their community to mint and purchase, trade their collection using their native token on Empire. So that gives them a legitimate use case to their own projects, because they cannot and shouldn't go, a small project shouldn't go make their own NFT marketplace. But then they need a use for the token. Why do you need to use that token? If a token name is token A, they literally can buy and trade. They can mint their collection on Empire marketplace and ask their community to actually trade using a token. So that is something hasn't been done on BSC scan. I'm not sure of other chains, but on BSC scan it hasn't been done. The second thing we're trying to crack, and I'm sure we're going to find an answer for, is the bulk upload. Today, and I am not a big fan of these collections of 10,000 NFTs, and this is not NFTs. We can talk about it all you want, but it's a reality today. What NFTs is being used on DeFi is these collections, right? So to come and manually upload one NFT in the time and mint it, upload, mint, upload, configure, mint, it's ridiculous. So there are solution third parties today, but we're trying to have an in-house solution in Empire. The third one, and it's work in progress, is that we're going to have our own launch pad very soon, actually, on Empire. Meaning an NFT collection owner, an artist or an owner, don't need to go create a web page and tokenomics and create a hype there and drive it to create a project. They can just use us. They use us to create the landing page with full portfolio. They use us to create their own tokenomics and to use us to do their own launching, so as a launch pad. Also to use, if they decide to add it as a token, so the token itself will be tradable for that collection. So it's the 360 experience. No one else is doing that. So that's what makes us from this perspective. But we're also positioning ourselves from licensing, which I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, but giving the rights to users to use NFTs. But we're not talking music only, video only. We're not talking JPEG images. We're talking about if real estate in the future is NFTs, which is, I think it is, then you can license that. If gym membership is an NFT, you can license that. Clothes, whether it's actual real virtual clothes or reality clothes. So you can, if it's physical item, you can give the license for that. And if it's virtual reality piece of clothes, legally and logistically, you can license it as an NFT. But we also, our vision is to take this much further in terms of vision, to actually treat NFTs as for the smart contracts for like investment funds kind of thing. So like the ecosystem will read from the NFT, interact with the smart contract, and have a full non-human interactable ecosystem. Today, smart contracts do solve the problem of course of what blockchain is all about, but does not solve the problem of resources. So when we plug in the resources into the blockchain as an NFT, it's a different game, and we're trying to be the pioneers of that. So to answer your question, it's actually the pioneering part of it, what's coming. The user experience is being enhanced. I think it's one of the best. It's going to be one of the best, and just empowering the rest of the tokens. And soon we're gonna be bridging to Solana and Ethereum. Then we're gonna be looking into other chains. A gentleman in the group was talking about XRP Ledger and XRP chain. I'm not familiar myself. My team is looking into it. Their first response was, I said, no, go read more about. Yeah.
Not to cut you off, Dulla, but you will be somebody. Somebody who's using an ERC20 token will be able to mint on Empire then. They don't have to be on Binance. Is that what you're saying?
100%. So when you go, you choose the chain, and you can. Okay, so we're working on our DEX that has a very, very unique functionality, but our DEX will also support bridging. So as it is, you can, and we're trying to do this the most for our American friends because they don't have access to BNB. So in our DEX, you'll be able to, from any, from ERC20, whatever, to Binance and vice versa. But also that will support our NFT marketplace. So you can filter, when you come to mine, you can choose, when you connect your wallet, you choose which chain you're going to be connected to, and therefore where you're going to be minting. The whole ecosystem, again, I am more of a man who likes to do things simple first, and let's build on it. I learned this the hard way. I used to be like, I want to do this, let's just roll. Let's just get something out and let's build on it. So that's what's coming.
Yeah. So I'm just curious because I've been in the crypto space for 4 years now myself, right? And to see how it evolved in the last 4 years is just amazing to me. Did you come up with this concept yourself, or did you sit with your team and you guys were just trading ideas? How do you even come up with a concept like this?
The concept of which one, though?
The fact that you're gonna have NFTs that not only are you able to mint on your ecosystem, but also to license as well as use native tokens, because that is a game changer to me.
So this is the reality answer. I love my team. I always empower my team. Those who know me, I'm all for the team, and I'm always about teamwork. But when it comes to innovation and doing things differently, 99% is me. I kind of stopped brainstorming with anyone when it comes to these things because of the naysayers. There is a lot of people in this world will always say no, and I just don't have the patience for that because they don't have the vision, or there's always, but technically it's not possible, but you cannot do it this way. But so I know what needs to be done so far, because believe it or not, it might sound amazing. It's actually not that advanced. It just, anyone could have thought of it. We do have things that we believe is unique to us and on different fronts. But with my experience I'm a software engineer. I work in marketing, and I work for the last 6 years in one of the most prestigious leading companies in the world, telecommunications. So all of these things, daily interactions with different use cases and things like this. So it's like second nature to me now to pick on these signals as part of my skills. But again, not to give it much more weight than it is. it's something anyone could have thought of. But what's coming next is I believe is to us. I'm not, the team takes 100% responsibility for all the hard work they're doing and things like this. But to make this clear, I don't want to piss anyone off. But when it comes, but when it comes to pioneering, when it comes to doing things a certain way, I learned it the hard way. It's right. That's what a leader does. So there is a leader who is a community member who talks to the team. Okay, what do you want? What do you want? But there is a leader when it comes to doing things, has to be decisive. I'm gonna do this, and that. And of course, I have my trusted advisors, my friends in the space that I talk to them constantly. I help them, they help me. We exchange ideas, things like this, to make it better and to sharpen it into a roadmap kind of thing. But when it comes to the bread and butter, I'm not gonna shell too much, but I stopped my DEX from coming out soon because I'm working on a bomb of a use case in
Right.
our DEX. Our DEX gonna have its own name, not Empire. It's gonna be empowered by Empire. So the tokens on the DEX is gonna be Empire, 100% Empire. But the DEX itself, I believe, and time will tell, that is gonna be a game changer for the space.
And one thing I like, Dulla, I saw a video where, because I've been, I always like to look at the white papers and the website when I do my research, and I saw you mention in the video that you don't want to give away all your ideas in the white paper because let's be honest, in the crypto space, people are notorious from stealing from other coins, right? So I totally get it because even people said, well, the white paper's a little vague. Is that something that you will be adding on as Empire progresses in regards to the roadmap and development, where you'll add those goals on there right before they come out, or are you just going to keep it vague and announce it as you see fit?
Both. So we're working on six actually, but three very unique use cases today that I believe are, I don't know what's the word, like sexy, amazing, too beautiful, but they needed money before. And we just had a massive pull run. So now we're more comfortable in doing these. So our timelines maybe are better now. So I don't want to commit to a timeline because I am working against my resources. It's something extra, not really asked of us. So I like to do then show, or not the other way around. When it's time to show, it's time to show. I'm a marketeer, so you're gonna have to build the hype when it's time, and you're gonna have to 100% squeeze and milk every single opportunity that comes with the launch of that platform, and then you take it from there. But I only do that when I know it's too late for anyone to catch up.
Yeah.
So when that happens, we're gonna do our marketing, and then we 100% capitalize on the opportunity of what we're launching. They're not relatable to each other, these use cases, just yet, but the bigger picture, they all work together. So just to answer the question clearly, the white paper will be following the thank you. So the white paper follows the development, not the other way around.
Okay.
We're not. I'm not very comfortable into talking because I don't want people to steal, and I don't want to overpromise and not deliver. I'd rather do the opposite. I'd rather something is coming. I don't know what it is. People might now trust us. They know who we are. They know what we're doing. They know we're delivering, so they know it's coming. Maybe at the beginning you don't know who that person is, and you're like for all my friends, if someone like I trust, if they want to know, message me. I'll be more than happy to answer.
Yeah,
We
I think, Dula, let's get the elephant out the
yeah,
room.
yeah.
People, because there's so many scams nowadays with rug pulls and such, right? And so I think that's always a fear with a new coin, where people are like, "Well, it's a good price, but how do we know they're not going to rug pull us?" And I think you showing your face, you're public now. You know what I'm saying? So
Doesn't mean shit. Looking liquidity doesn't mean shit.
right,
Showing face doesn't mean shit. And to that point, I've seen people showing face, showing kids, showing wife. There was a gentleman who was showing how much of a family man he is. He showed his wife, and he was very doxed, and he rogged the same day.
Wow.
Looking liquidity, there is just way too many ways around it to drain the liquidity and just call it a day. So if there is the intention of rug pulling, there is no stopping it. There's no smart ass in this whole space who can come and call this out. It's the feeling, is the trust in the people, and that's when people come and ask these questions. I feel offended because I know for fact I can send you my passport copy, and there is nothing you can do about it. Like I can put the passport right here, I can give you my address, I still rug pull you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Nothing. So if it's gonna be, if the discussion is gonna be that, like, show me, like, give me like kind of like security thing, then you are in the wrong place. If you've been told, and that's what and this is what I don't like, that's what people are told when they're new to the space, that to know the project is safe, go make sure the liquidity pool is locked. Liquidity pool is locked doesn't mean shit. There's ways to drain the liquidity, there's back doors into the contracts to actually drain liquidity. And the reality is 90% of the people are legit and nice, but it takes 10% who would clap and your friends when you're doing good. But when it's a bad day, if someone else is selling, it's not my problem. But sometimes it is. And people are just, they're not your friends anymore. Like yesterday, I actually, my liquidity pool has been unlocked for 3 weeks. I did not know. But we were doing CERTIC audit, and then I needed to relocate. So I literally, for 2 minutes, I took the liquidity out and re-looked it back in till the end of the month only, because we need the liquidity to migrate if we need to. But anyway, different discussion. And I wrote in the group, I am relooking liquidity, and people still liquidity. What are you doing? The trust can be gone in like a minute. And I'm like, I have enough team tokens to drain the liquidity and my own tokens that I bought. So if the intention is just he's going to drain the liquidity, you're not in the right project. And I don't blame them. I don't blame people for asking this question. I blame people for not being educated enough on how to check contracts and how to know what rug pull check is. It's not just a simple trick ticker that tells you it's safe or it's not safe, or and docs literally doesn't mean shit. And let me ask you this question today, hypothetically speaking, a project, I don't want to say me because some people take things literally. Project A, they rug pull, and you know who they are. They're your neighbor. What can you do about it?
And see, Dula, you bring up an excellent question. I mean, you really can't do anything about it unless you find the person and
Let's say your neighbor,
prove
your next door neighbor. You say good morning to him every day.
yeah,
He rug pulled you. What can you do about it? There's not much.
not
Not
much. You're
literally,
right.
not much.
And Dula, not to cut you off, but do you think this is where? Because right now, as you know, with what the media is talking about, as well as in America, what's going on is they're talking about regulation, right? Do you think that regulation will help with that so people don't get rug pulled? Or do you think that regulation will take away from what cryptocurrency is meant to be, which is, decentralized and free?
um, regulations is just a joke for politics. When
Mm.
when things want to be done in a certain way, regulations doesn't exist. I believe that yes, it's because of decentralized and all of that, but I know that it's happening with the blessing of the likes of Binance and those. And I'm not saying this in a bad way. It is what it is. But today that's where the money is, and think today you come and you put all of these regulations, it might not work. But let's face it, there's a lot of companies in the space, the likes of Binance. They can trace these people. They know how to get them. Are they doing it? I am yet to hear a story where they busted a rug puller. You know, um, so some countries, that's the states. I maybe see it happening sometime soon, but the rest of the world, no. And I'm not with regulations, by the way, just for the records. I'm not saying regulations is the key. I'm saying people education is the key, and um, do not buy into someone's token just because they showed face. If they have no reputation to start with, they have nothing to lose. They have no family, there is no online presence, nothing. What can they lose? So today, our brain is designed to is programmed to see things the way how to explain this? If you find someone funny by fair judgment, whatever they say is funny. Literally, they say the worst joke, very funny. But if you don't find them funny, if you don't fancy them, they can crack the funniest joke in the world. And this is irrelevant, I know, but but it's
Yeah.
true. They can say the most funny joke in the world, and you still can't laugh, right? Because your
Right.
brain is prejudgmenting these things. So it's the same here. Your brain wants to see things the way you're programming it to see. So if you want to see things good, you will find whatever good signs and ignore the bad signs, because you decided, you made the judgment that I want to trust this project. And this is just lack of education. And today, instead of spending hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars into regulations, I'd spend that into education. And I think that is more, you know
Yeah, and you know what, Dula, and shout out to Clint Nelson, says this man is a highly evolved person. Honesty, vulnerability, and transparency are evident in his character. Forget about making profits from his project. Is a man to follow. Okay, he's very
thank,
bullish about you.
thank you very
um,
much. Yeah.
and I totally get where you're coming from. And so for my channel, I take the perspective as a beginner, because I don't have any cryptography or software experience. It's just I found out about cryptocurrency and whatnot through a friend of mine. And the last 4 years, I've educated myself in regards to learning about how cryptocurrencies work, how to store it safely, and how to also learn about a project, that the intricacies of a project. And so my channel, I take the perspective for beginners and try to break it down into simple terms so that everyday people can understand. You know what I mean? Because there are a lot of channels. All they do, like, you know what it is. Yeah, man, this coin is gonna go 10,000x today. Yeah, and they don't tell you the fundamentals. They don't tell you utility. No, they don't even give you any analysis. It's just this coin is gonna go to $10,000, and you're like, okay,
they
you know
are
what I'm
they are
saying?
they are paid for it. Most people are paid to do these kind of things, and it's ridiculous. It's like, in this world, you can get away with anything as long as you're paying, and crypto in particular. Literally anything you see is paid for. There's nothing organic, not much that's organic, and that's
Well,
the
well,
reality.
I want to state for the record, Dula, you did not pay me to come on or anything. I'm not a shill. I'm just a guy
You
who's
sure?
very bullish on your project.
You
So
sure? Return
I'm
the
I'm
money.
very sure. I'm very
Return
sure.
the, return the money. Okay. That's why. Thank you. I've seen some of your videos. That was nice, and you approached. And as a community member, I wanted to give you the time and the was. I don't want to say it in a bad way. Like, genuinely, I wanted to give you my support to
Thank you.
come and say, not only just for Empire, but as a community member to come and support you. So 100%, but return the money. Yeah.
You funny.
No, I'm a dad. I'm a dad now. They call it dad jokes.
Dad jokes. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not a dad yet. Hopefully not for
But,
a
but
long
no,
long
no,
time.
stay away. But reality is, there are legit people who don't take money. My wife is here, so I cannot. So there are good people who think, and not everyone is doing it for the money. It's not the point. The point is, because things are paid for, and the problem is Safe Moon. I was an early investor. It's a project, love it or hate it. Safe Moon was one of those projects who changed the space. I have nothing but respect for them. So there are a lot of people who bought, a lot of influencers who been paid to do something for Safe Moon as any
Yep.
other project. So because Safe Moon did what it did, these people go to every other project today and say, we did this for Safe Moon, and they can show a message. We did this at this stage because of what we did. Safe Moon did 100x, and you're like, no, bro, you were paid, and you did not even know what Safe Moon is. So no, look, the space needs education. I don't want to say too much. We're working. I started with saying this. I will always say this. We're working with other projects. We're empowering the space. We're actually, our use cases is in the line of providing the tools for the day trader to make their judgment and to know what's right, what's wrong. So this is one of our biggest things that's coming soon. Let's say in our DEX, you'll have a functionality that will guide you to make a judgment.
Okay. Now I did see you did an AMA, excuse me, a couple days ago where you said now that you guys are going to be going heavily into the marketing now because you have the resources to do so. Can you share some of that your marketing strategy? I mean, I don't want you to give it all away, but are you going to be more active on different YouTube channels, on Twitter, or are you going to be taking advertisement on different exchanges? If you like, what is the marketing? Because let's be honest, a lot of cryptos, even ones that don't necessarily have the great utility, a lot of them get pushed because of marketing, right? Because of that.
Because of
So
the
I
hype.
guess I'm asking, what is the marketing strategy for the future?
If I tell you, I have to kill you. But so there is. I've been approached by a lot of my friends in the space because we always talk. What did you do? What did you do? What are you doing next? Um, we've been doing a lot of marketing. Um, Actually, I touched base on it recently. Our marketing strategy has always been ready for a big push now. And then there was that video last week that started the whole green candle, and we had to push all our marketing. But then this week, we've been building up and doing the right things. Like this week, we have a CERTIC audit, PR articles on like Yahoo Finance, News Bloomberg, these websites. We have I'm trying to remember the things we have. There's just too many. I share them in the group, but we have a lot of few things that's coming this week. Um, so marketing is not about marketing. Starts with the message. What is it that you wanna get? Like, what's the message you wanna get across? But the second thing is about timing and having it lined up in a way that it kind of empower itself. The different channels, the different messages, the different people working together. You cannot have one thing at the time and call that marketing, but you don't want to do them all at once as well. So you want to have that growth effect. Our biggest marketing is our community and their friends and family and things like this. So they know what's coming, they know what we're doing, and this is the majority of the marketing we're doing. Everything is just, even though it's expensive and we're not sparing any cent when it comes to marketing, it's just a supportive thing. We are
Yeah, I
trying
mean,
we are trying to get listed on big exchanges. I think we made a killer application of what's coming. I disclosed a lot of info that I'm not sharing with anyone. I'm hoping they're gonna see this and they're gonna be like, okay, come, you know. So
yeah,
if they do read it, I'm very comfortable we're gonna be listed on big exchanges soon. It just, I don't know if we're gonna be or not. I cannot promise. Or all I can say is I'm gonna make sure that we are at least in one decent exchange soon. But
right.
I'm applying for many more.
Right. And I mean, you coming out with your own Empire coming out with their own decks too is going to be very pivotal too. I think that's going to help a lot. Uh,
So people think of DEX differently. They think of
mhm.
staking pools, farming, which I am not a big fan. They think of just swap and liquidity, which is going to be there. For us, our DEX gonna have these. They're gonna have a very unique functionality, as I said. Then eventually, I'd rather have it look and function as a launchpad for new tokens, and have audit and whatnot, and empowering the space. Um, so um, centralized is this. Centralized and decentralized are completely different things altogether. And the minute the community understands this, the minute they understand what we're trying to build up to, um, we're trying not to be on just another exchange for the sake of being on an exchange. We're
Yeah.
genuinely trying to be somewhere that give us the legitimate, like existence, whatever. And then we're trying to make money out of it, because you don't want to just be there for the sake of being there. I want to market make. I want to be making money. I want to build more things. So I genuinely think we're going to be touching bases on 50 million market cap by the end of the week. And if that happens, we're going to be cashing out some real money that I'm going to be putting to finish my use cases. And if that happens, my man, I swear what's coming is massive. It's just,
I mean, I can't wait. Like I said, I
yeah,
mean, I got in just in time before. Congratulations on hitting a penny. I
congratulations to
got
you.
in before it was even half a penny, and so I'm expecting big things because I just seeing the website and the vision, and then talking to you and listening to you. It's very refreshing. Now we do have a good question by Mayweather K7. He says, "Why choose a billion tokens?
I
Was
will
there a
answer
reason?"
this.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, I will answer this. But before I answer this, I'll just say a comment. So I was a big, not big. I was a decent investor in SafeMoon. I invested very early. I did not know what SafeMoon is, so I wasn't following much. I wasn't even in their Telegram group if they ever had one. I don't till today. I don't know. All I know is I was too busy. I just invested some money, start multiplying. I start taking the money out. And SafeMoon never actually told anyone or gave anyone the reason to think and believe that they're going to make it to what they made it, right? Today, you are in a different position. Today, we are with Empire, knowing what's coming, knowing who we are, knowing what we're working on. So when people ask me, why did you sell SafeMoon so early? I would have been a multimillionaire by now just by holding SafeMoon. That's just one of the examples I missed on. But my answer is like, how would I know? But today with Empire, you do know what's coming. So I hope you guys um, don't dump on us, don't dump on the community. That gives you the chance to get rich, gives us the chance to get rich. Everyone wants to get rich and to build on it. To answer the question, today when you do a smart contract, you choose the number of tokens. I myself don't like the gazillion, trazillion number of tokens when the price is 0.000000000.
Yeah, like 1 quadrillion tokens, and it's just
I hate it.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
I was in another token that was 1 million supply. I like that. My team advised against 1 million. They said it's too scary. People think it's cheap and stuff. So I said, okay, well, let's meet in the middle. So 1 billion. That means if you are on a 1 million market cap, Dulla market cap, that is $1 a coin, $1 a token. So I thought that's cool. So you can still be in the range of $1 or two, and for some people that's still affordable. People still don't look today at market cap to know if you're affordable or not. They still look at you as you're still a penny, you're still 10 cents, you're still $1. They don't even look at the
I mean,
unfortunately.
listen, I'm planning on buying all the way up to $10. I think, and I don't want to make this about the price, but I think in the next 2 or 3 years, you guys are going to be anywhere from $100 to $300 in the next 2 or 3 years. So that may sound crazy, but
I mean,
I've seen it happen before in this space many times. So
it
you
is
know,
it's exponential growth. The difference between a penny and a dollar is the same as between $1 and $100, right? So you need that 100x. So today we did just 20x, I think, from a month ago. So the next 20x is ridiculous today. That's 2 cents, 20 cents. It may look ridiculous, but if you look at it in the graph, it's actually just it makes sense. So while it's a dream to even be on 10 cents today, I wouldn't say no to $300 and
hey,
$400
I'm
and
I'm just I'm just calling it now.
ah
Obviously not financial advice. I'm not a I'm not a psychic or a prophet or nothing like that. I'm just go because I've like I said, Dula, I've seen this before. I think the main key for your project is going to be consistency, like any good project, right? Where you put out what you want to put out on the roadmap, and that's going to have people have more, get into the project once they see that development just grow, and that takes time. I even said that in the video about you guys that, hey, give this some time because you need the funds to be able to do the development and whatnot, right? And
so
so that's a key that I think a lot of people don't understand.
so one of the reasons I believe our holders, especially the older holders, trust us because they know for fact we haven't dumped. We could have sold tokens to keep the development. We were not doing that, and we still very at Axel. Actually, at some point we were buying back and just to help to help the community. So we will always put the what's best for the project first. and the well-being of the project, then we think about how we're going to do things happen. But indeed, development is cost, marketing is cost, the team member is cost, you know. By the way, I haven't been reading the comments because I was in the private chat, whatever. So if there are any question that you'd like to highlight, please do let me.
Yeah, certainly. So somebody asked, how many shares of Empire do I have? Not enough. Not enough. One thing I like about this project, Dulla, let's be honest. I mean, I like the fact that there's a great utility for it, right? You see all these projects come out, like, and they're all trying to mimic, and I gotta be honest, Doge girlfriend or Doge side chick. And it's kind of like they're trying to mimic what another project does, and then they put a quadrillion and all of this, but there's no usage case, right? There's no utility. It's just like, okay, we're putting out these coins, and we just want to, give money to a pet center, and that's fine if you want to give money to dogs or whatever. But there's so many coins now doing that. It's not original to me. You know what I mean? But one thing I like is you changed the reflection rewards to 3%. What made you do that? Because it was at 2.5 before, wasn't it?
Yes, it was actually. That's embarrassing. Actually, I am yet to change it. I opened it yesterday. There's something in the contract. I sent my thing, but yeah, it's 3% soon. I am planning on something for the community soon with that. There is a surprise soon. Let's just put it that way.
Okay.
But I want to touch bases on what you were just saying before. Hype is very important for a project, and having a use case is one thing. Let's face it. I always categorize it into these three buckets. There is shitty projects. They have no use case, nothing, no hype. They die. They are at the bottom. Then there's the use cases projects. They are in the middle, and people trust them and stuff. But there is the point. There is no going more unless you keep pushing, right? But there is the ones on the top, and they're doing it to exchanges and like Shiba Inu and SafeMoon and those. They are. There's no use case yet. They're killing it, or they were at some point. Why? Because it does pay off to be a pioneer. It does pay off to be the first that's doing something. So if you are to do a hype is important. Hype means you're gonna get the next investor the reason to buy, because knowing that the price is gonna go up. So they keep building the hype, and because of that, investors gonna keep coming. But you have to do things differently. So when you come and start copying, you're irrelevant. You're too late. Maybe 1 or 2, 3 copies can work if they do it too fast and they act on it at the same time. But then it's a hype that pumps and dumps and it dies unless they take it to the exchanges and whatnot. If we look at SafeMoon does not have nothing, but SafeMoon was the first to come and pioneer the space in their reflection and RFI tokens. And they did the marketing the way they did it, and then the exchanges listing and all of that. So they did things differently. There are a lot of tokens. I don't want to, again, I am an investor in this space. So Everrise, for example, they came and they did things differently. It worked and paid well for them, and they don't really have a use case. But it's you come and you pioneer, and pioneering is always rewarding. So I'm all for hyping. If you can create a hype just for the sake of hype, let's do it for any project. But the problem is that something else is working, someone else is doing something. Let's go copy that. That's where the problem is. Yeah.
Okay. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, we got Dulla here, the Empire Token CEO, and I see we got some big YouTubers in the chat. Salute to Black Ram 313. I know he did a show earlier today about crypto, so that's awesome. And Dulla, I really appreciate you doing this. I know you're probably wondering, wait, who's this guy messaging me on Telegram, like trying to do an interview, because sometimes, you never know who's reaching out to you or watching you. So I really appreciate you doing this interview, because it's very important, I think, that we have more transparency in this community. And I think you would agree with that.
Thank you very much. Are you saying I reached a point that I'm too good to do interviews with people? Okay. Would like to. You have to pay me. No, thank you very much. I am the one who should be thanking you. And for the random part, I knew who you were. I've seen your videos. as I said, and I appreciate you doing this. Um, Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. I'm just reading the comments. But honestly speaking, like I look, I am one of those who believe on scratch my back, I scratch yours. It's always like this. You always, as a community member, you came recently, but you've been there, you showed some support. And Iman Perry is saying CEO. Yeah, that's what we were talking about. I can act the part. I can put my suit on and get my pipe and act too good and be the CEO you all guys want, or I can be myself and still lead my project to be what it is today. Choice is yours.
All I know is, Dula, if you ever have a meetup in the States, let me know. I'll definitely be there. You know,
Thanks, man.
hopefully it'll be when it, like I said, it goes to $300, and I'll buy you a bottle of champagne. Not the cheap stuff either, the good
No,
stuff.
that's
Okay.
thank you very much. Look, I am a crazy traveler. I went to New York 2 years ago, just 2 days. My family was there, and I think, but now my wife is listening. Yeah, so now I cannot just keep traveling because the sake of traveling. I cannot just be like I'm leaving. So unless the community insists of having me somewhere, like insist. So if you guys insist, she's laughing. So my wife, she's my supporter number one. She's always been there. So we always think, and she's supporting. Even now, she's listening. It's 11:30 at night. But yeah, with very happy. Thank you. I would love to come to the States again soon.
Yeah.
I feel one of the land of opportunities in the world today, where everything is the United States of America. And I feel for crypto, despite all of this, regulations and whatnot, the United States of America is a place to be to be happy in the future if you're a crypto holder.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously, right now, the whole world is going through tumultuous times, but I believe that in the darkness, there's going to be light at the end of the tunnel. You know what I mean? And so, I'll be praying for your project. I think it's going to be very successful. Just stay the
Thank you.
course, brother. Salute to Black Ram 3 on 3, the legendary YouTuber showing support. I appreciate the $10 super chat, and thank you guys for coming on this stream. Dula, before we leave, can you tell the audience where can they find you or Empire Token? Where can they find more information?
So on our website, empiretoken.world, and the reason .world because we said we are staying in planet Earth. We're not going to the moon. Everyone is going to the moon. We said we're staying in here. We're from here. We actually chose the Empire State Building as a theme. We're not related to the Empire State Building, but we chose it as a theme, and we said we're going to be climbing the stairs. So that's why we have our motto: keep climbing, because we're not mooning. We're not. So anyway, so that's why empiretoken.world, and you have all our socials. We're mainly on Telegram today at the Real Empire Token, on Twitter Real Empire Token, and on all social channels.
And and,
Please
and,
come.
and Dula will message you guys back. I promise you. He's not
Most times,
Hollywood yet.
no, no. Look, I'm not that guy. I'm straight up like, if I'm busy, I'll be like to my friends, fuck off, I'm busy. Sorry. If I'm not, I'm talking like there's no small, there's too small, too big. I have few billionaire friends. I think of them as my mentors. We go out, we drink together as if like the regular people, and these people are made an impact on me in my life. But I can assure you, they are the most humble people on earth. They're worth billions of dollars, 3-4 billion plus dollars, and they happily just walk in the street. We go to the mall, we grab coffee, and you look at these people and you're like, they're humble. Why cannot you be? Like,
Hmm.
So there is no, in this life, there is no too good to be better than others. There's always someone better. There's always someone bigger. So with that, I appreciate you guys all, and I know a lot of community members. They came from a very also like very great background in the space, not the space, and they're coming and they're being humble and they're joining us and supporting us, like yourself. Now you're supporting. Let's stay good to one another, please. Like, there's no need to Ellen DeGenerate, I was a big fan, and now I don't have time to watch her. But despite all the scandal that happened, I don't know if it's true or not, but she always said that golden words at the end of her show. Stay kind, be kind one to another, something like that.
Yeah.
And I liked her show a lot just because of these words. So please be kind, whatever happens, whatever it goes, which way or another. Be kind, be supportive. Like even if you're not trying to be an asshole, you can be. If someone else just joined and you bragging about being an investor from a month ago, that is okay now. But if the token started racing a little bit and they're now just losing and they're freaking out, it's gonna go back up. You have no idea how much others are feeling about this. So let's be considerate. Let's be one family. Yeah.
Yes,
But yeah.
sir.
Anyways, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah.
No problem. Well, guys, appreciate you. God bless you guys. God bless the world, and we're out.